We're in the city of Riverside at the one and only Sherman Indian Museum. I'm here with Lorene. Lorene, what is your role here at the museum?
I'm the curator of the museum and the culture traditions person here at the school.
And how long has the museum been in existence here in the Inland Empire?
Well, as a museum, we've been here since Indian Day 1970. But this building was built in 1901-02. It was our original administration building of the school. So it's one of the oldest buildings on campus.
Now, so maybe a better question is obviously the museum's been here since the 70s, but the school itself has been here for over 100 years.
We laid the cornerstone for the school here in July 1901. We moved here from Paris, California. We were called Paris Indian School from 1892 till we moved here in 01. And then they kind of had both schools going and finally moved all the students over by December 04 and just became Sherman Indian, or Sherman Institute at that time.
Is it a public school? Who attends?
This is a federally run school operated by the Bureau of Indian Education now. Originally it was Bureau of Indian Affairs. And these are the off-reservation boarding schools that were established by the government probably in the 1880s to assimilate, to take the children away from their families, away from the culture, away from the community, and totally immerse them in the mainstream culture, wipe out Indian culture. But fortunately it didn't work. They were able to become educated in the mainstream culture, or the school the academics that was going on, but they did keep their culture, fortunately, and that's what we really strive for nowadays. We have about 300 students enrolled here right now. We just started this week. It's our first week of school. They come from all over the United States. It's a high school. They still board here, but it's no longer forced. It's by choice, and they come here and they get the California. We go by the California state standards, but we also have some classes that you can't get anywhere else, like Indian Studies, Tribal Government, Navajo Language and Culture, basketry, native plant uses, native traditions, native voice, beadwork, all kinds of really interesting classes that the kids, learn about their people from.
Wow, interesting.
So the museum is here to tell the story and the history of our school, because it is a big part of our Native American culture.
Now, is the museum open to the public?
Yes. Yeah, we're open usually 3 days a week, but we're also open by appointment, and we have special events also. We're operated by volunteers and donations, because it's not actually in the school's operations for the school, for the museum. So we operate it through, we have student aides that help us, so they learn about museum studies, and then it helps us to keep it open. We have a native plant garden out here. We have basket plants, food, medicine, plants to make rope with, plants for soap, all sorts of things in our little plant garden too. So we do that interpretive part of our museum visits. We get to tell them about the plants that we use for all those things, and basketry. This room is our entry room. This is the room that shows the history of the school. If you look at this 1906 photo, panoramic view, it shows the flagpole, which we still have out there, but only 10 feet of it left. It broke in 2007. Behind it is the original school building. And in this far corner here, you'll see the museum where we're standing in now. So this room just shows the history of the room through photos, through memorabilia, and shows a lot of the vocational trades and activities that were taught here. And as you can see, in the early days, they weren't necessarily about culture. It was, more the assimilation process that you can see going on through the photos. Now we're in the Noel, Scott, and Mr. Robitzer room, and now we use it as a library. We have library books on Native American culture, of course. It's a research library. We don't check out items. But we also have our archives from 1892 and up, and those are available for research. And we have collections of the Bureau of Ethnology books from the early 1800s or mid 1800s. We have our yearbooks from Sherman from about the 1920s and up, the student registration records, and our school bulletins. Now up here on the wall, these are all student body presidents who attended Sherman. The first student body president was Joe Sepulveda, the second row on the first one. He was a Sherman Indian from Trabuco Canyon, California, and he was our first ASB president. This is our Miss Sherman and powwow case. Starting in 1986, we had our first annual powwow. A powwow is where it's an intertribal event where people come together, all different tribes come together to share their dances and culture, foods, traditions, and we started in 1986 with ours. And so what went along with that was the Miss Sherman pageant. So the Friday night before the powwow, we have a pageant where the several young ladies run for the title of Miss Sherman to be our cultural ambassador. And that's also open to the public. It's something for people to see. The girls share their, like a traditional dance or song or story or things like that. And then they also model their regalia, and then they give a speech. This is our exhibit hall named after Judson M. Bradley. So all of these items are our ethnographic items. The majority of them were donated by different private collectors in the area. So we have an extensive basket collection, beadwork, pottery, Navajo rugs, and then artwork, and then contemporary artwork also. This was donated by Marie Cheatham. She's a actress who resides in Southern California and of Native American heritage. And she donated this. It's a beautiful buffalo robe painted by Doc Tate Nevaquaya, a famous flute maker and artist. This is our basket collection in case number 9, and the majority of them are California Indian baskets. Here in California, we are well known for our beautiful basketry, and we used our basketry in the past for everything from when a baby's born, and then a basket hat, gifts, ceremonies, food preparation, to prepare your food and store your food and cook your food, and eat your food out of so many things that we used our baskets for, that they're very, very important to us. This is a loom that a Navajo rug or Dene rug is made out of, and it's still taught today, and some of our students here still know how to do that. They've learned from their grandmothers and aunties and on and on. So we're very fortunate to have this loom still here. We also like to highlight Native American artists, contemporary artists, and so we've been very fortunate for the past several years to highlight an artist, Billy Souza, war soldier, and he donates 40% of his sales, anything that sells out of the museum, goes to our museum operations, so that's very generous of him. We have several public events throughout the year. It's posted on our website. We're open for tour groups, elementary to senior citizen groups come through here. Many people come in for tours, so we welcome the public.
In Riverside, Sherman Indian Museum. If you want more information, go to our website at inlandempireexplorer.com. And obviously, if you get the chance, come down and take a look at this wonderful treasure.